Oh, alright. Don't forget to unmute your mic when you start. That was not so smart. At least the audio seems to be right now. Hey, Goron and Chris. Well, that is what happens when I forget to unmute my mic. Then it just, yeah. But hopefully I am now supposed to be live on both YouTube and Twitch, but I have no idea if that's... Well, according to Twitch I should be live, but it could be wrong. But thank you, Goron. It's a little bit strange because I have to have two chats open right now. Because Restream isn't allowing me to see both chats at once. I'm going to turn it a little bit down because I am going crazy with the sound of the game. Better. But how are you guys doing? And also, today's only going to be Valhalla. There's no Kean al-Bashar today. Or at least not that I am planning. Because, yeah, we did Kean al-Bashar all week last week. So, today it's just going to be Valhalla. Hey Trax and Lucinda, how are you guys doing? So, I want to build something, but I also want to make the terrain work. I might actually remove the lion habitat for now, because I want to place it in a different location. So today is going to be a lot of terrain work, I guess. Also, I don't care how the outside of the map looks. Just, it's going to be like that. But I hope all of you are doing fine. And I hope to be as productive as the last stream. Because I did not think that I would get so much done. Or that I would be able to build a full habitat. Probably I'm not going to get that much done today. Also, this is basically how Isla Pacifica also started out. Just looking very chunky. Hey, Slug. But there are two options for what we can build today besides terrain work, because terrain work is going to happen whether you guys like it or not. Because I want to figure out how Valhalla is going to look. Because right now it has walls. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to keep the walls, probably going to make them higher, but this is just like a setup. Also, quick tip for building mountains. Think of a tree trunk. There's always roots jutting outwards. Works that tip with grass around the islands. Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Trex. Sorry, but I really don't have any idea. Probably slug. Not complete like Skyrim probably, but there's going to be probably some influence because I mean Kayan al-Bashar has a lot of Assassin's Creed influence, so there's nothing stopping me from making Valhalla very Skyrim themed. It's just what I like that particular day. Oh, that tip with the elephant grass. Now I understand. Yeah, it did work. Aslan can't get out of the island anymore. So I'm happy. Also thinking of making something with... Yep. But maybe there will also be like something with like dwarves and such, because Nordic mythology or Norse mythology has quite a lot of fantasy creatures. Mm, Slug, I don't know why Yggdrasil was put in potential spam. Maybe Yggdrasil could be like the entrance, because that's like the connection between all worlds. It would be fun to make like connections with Kayan al-Bashar, Tianopolis. Not really. Well, Isla Pacifica probably not, because that's more realistic, but yes, like for whatever reason, YouTube thought that Yggdrasil was, well, I had to approve the message for some reason. That looks good. I hope to not be doing this for like the whole stream, but I need to get the mountains and all in, and probably I'm going to remove that and place it somewhere else. So, like everything in Valhalla is really up to change. But there are two options for what I plan to build if I get to it, because terrain work. Hey, Yorosa. But I can either build a habitat, or that I can also make a village. Because village. The video that comes out tomorrow is going to put that into perspective. Villages. I also go on another Snow White rant tomorrow. Because why not? So... Minecraft villager noises. Am I the only one who didn't like kill off entire villages? Like I always wanted to keep them and build a village for them. Because Minecraft standard villages are boring as fuck. And also, Rosa, I'm pretty much fine. I have the most annoying thing in the world though, which is a paper cut. Something so small can be so annoying. Why are paper cuts always so annoying? Like, you're that tiny, don't bother me with that. But, yeah, paper cuts are just painful. Like, relative to their size, I don't know why paper cuts are, like, such assholes about pain. Or I just have the lowest pain thresholds imaginable. Yeah, so, fun fact, paper cuts are that painful because on microscopic level paper is quite rough. Yep, and I deal with a lot of papers in the morning. So, yeah, lately it has been paper cut city over here. Then I. How do you cut yourself on a mailbox? Is my question. Hey, Kane! Sings all by myself. That's one thing though, Kane. I do have to watch two chats right now because I am. Like, it actually worked. How many RAM does your computer have? Um. Uh, I think 16? Don't know for sure. Like, I have once tried to build or at least upgrade my PC myself. Let's just say I'm never doing that again because I had spent a lot more money to get it fixed because you don't trust me around electronics. And listen, that there will obviously be a waterfall. There will be a ton of waterfalls. Actually, the idea for when I replace this somewhere else is that, like, when you have this area here, I want it to be like on top of a waterfall because it just makes it all the more epic. But now it's just doing terrain work. I think for everybody's sake, English is probably better, but like if it's really difficult, you can try and speak Dutch, but other people won't be able to know what you're saying, Davey. 60. I'm just going to check now. You guys aren't going to see this because it's a, well, program capture, but I'm just going to check what I have because I don't know fully myself. Yeah, 16. I was actually thinking of going over to 32, but I think that's just overkill at this point. I think the best thing to do now to get like more frames in Can al Bashar and just make my PC, let's just say, a lot more, well, to stand the, how do you call it? To stand through time is probably to upgrade my processor instead of throwing more memory at it. Because, I mean, it was already a huge improvement when I upgraded my graphics card, which costs a lot, but then after that, yeah, I think now it's just the time to slowly think about upgrading my processor. Looking at my PC, I'm so used to it, so I don't know if it's giant. Hey, Falky Pete, good to see you again. How are things going? Well, Valhalla is also the just the stream zoo. Like I only built on the zoo like just right before I start streaming because I had to make these walls and I'm continuing to build walls. I don't have an entrance for the zoo yet, Davey. I also it's going to be a Viking slash Nordic zoo, but that's basically all that I know. Now I'm just building up the mountains. and not caring about how it looks from the other side. Like, it's kind of feels like this is a stage or like some kind of theater thing. That's Corn, I think that's also how I do things. Like, if I'm going to upgrade my PC, I'm going to go for like the latest things. Like, even if it's more expensive, it just means that down the roads I don't have to, well, upgrade my PC as soon as I would have to do if I went for, let's just say, lower grade equipment. Why does this sound like slightly just relaxing? I mean, in Kayan al Bashar, this sound isn't relaxing because Kayan al Bashar doesn't like it if I do terrain work. Because it's kind of sensitive around that with the whole floating part. But Valhalla is doing fine with all of this terrain work. I'm. Oh, have a nice dinner, Rosa. Or, well, have nice food. Because I don't know at what time you are in. Also, Kane, how is it going on Twitch? According to Streamlabs, you're really the only one there. Oh, I should probably post on Twitter that I'm actually live, but I am just chilling here. About to go out for a pizza here. Pizza. Good to know, King. You are missing the pizza talk, though. The terrain is so rocky, I'm actually wondering what... Yeah, that's because this is a rough sketch, but with the flattened to foundation tool, it just goes the fastest. And after that, I can smooth it out. But because it's Valhalla and it's supposed to be like Norwegian mountains or, well, Scandinavian mountains, I need to make it a little bit rocky. Can you guys also actually hear my chair squeaking? Now it does, like the moment I ask if you guys can hear it, my chair stops squeaking. Uh, I like this. That's like a gorge. Uh, uh, Davey, I can answer your question very quickly. I just watched Aladdin, like the Disney live action movie, and I have a lot of inspiration now for Ken Al Bashar. But for like Viking things or like Valhalla, it's literally I have no clue sometimes. Like Aladdin helped with Ken Al Bashar, but sometimes I literally just walk around and I get an idea. But yeah, that's sometimes how it goes. terrain working is so relaxing to watch. I just like the sounds. Don't know why. Can I make this into like a glacier or something? I mean, that would make it... no, I think then that would be a better glacier. Are you fully Dutch or half-blood? When you say half-blood, I just think of Harry Potter. I'm not a complete Harry Potter fan, but yeah, growing up with it, some words just, well, but Dutch is my primary language. And Kanal Bashar is actually half Turkish, if I'm right, half Persian. Like, I think Kayan is Turkish and Bashar is, well, Persian. Because it literally, if you translate it, it means the floating watcher. Because it's a floating suit. So, sounds like a purebred to me. Huh? Now I for some reason think of Dobby. These innocent. Oh, the cliffs. I don't know. I don't know how much like water we will actually have here. To have more clear water. I can do that. But first it's terrain work because this is probably the... Like it's relaxing, but it's also the literally setting the stage for how the rest of the zoo is going to look. Because, well, that's just how terrain work works. Can you make the work more colorful this time? Uh, let's just say Viking or Nordic buildings. Like I looked them up. There's actually like quite a few museums actually which showcase their like how Viking buildings look like. And it's mostly natural tones. Is the whole stream going to be a terrain video? Hopefully not. But I'm literally just painting or working terrain because I want to find like the perfect spot to actually start building. To just get a ocean biome. Yeah, that would actually be very nice because then you can just build an island. Like Isla Pacifica is supposed to be an island, but yeah, it's surrounded by a little bit of water and then the edge of the map is, well, like this. I think I'm going to create a plateau somewhere and then start building. Because, there's a lot of hmms. But I... Here you guys can say what you want because there are two options. Either a habitat or a village. If you squint hard enough, it's an island. Well, this is supposed to be only seen from here, so then it sort of blends in with the mountains behind the map. Hey Sita, how are you doing? And good to see you here. Kane says village. Which is, again, going to be quite a thing when tomorrow's video comes out because yeah, I'm just going to let you guys sit on that one. Sergeant. I have never, I think, been to a... Well, have I been to a zoo outside of the Netherlands? I could have gone, but I wouldn't remember. I would love to see what shelter stuff. Well, the idea for the habitat that I have is a lot of nature and one big building. Well, big building, it's a building. So, just had to readjust my mic a little bit. Also, the issue about the last stream isn't there anymore. Because in last stream, my chair just slowly slipped away from the desk. Or at least, like, my chair wanted to quarantine itself. Now I don't have that anymore. So I am happy. I don't have to worry if I'm like too far away from the mic anymore. Village with a walk-in habitat, staff house. I think most of you guys are going towards like villages slash buildings. Does the big building have a big balcony? No, because well, it can have a viewing area, but not a big balcony. Your I'm just going to pronounce it the way I read it, which is Jormungandr. I never am able to pronounce letters when there's like a dots above them. But that's like the world snake, isn't it? Or like that's the one that's supposed to like eat the world or something? That's not Alia approved. Well, Alia isn't here to approve anything, Gain, so she doesn't really have that much of a say. Also, yes, the mountains are going to get larger. It's just. Huh. Uh, Getting ideas, but I've no idea what to do with the idea. Like, I want to find like a nice place to make like a river, but right now I don't have one yet. Maybe if I track this out a little bit more. It's funny because like I'm just increasing the amount of build area I have. But it would actually be nice to like have a map that is just completely water, have a map that's like water on one side or something. Like just anything but all earth surrounding it. So then get this. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Also, hey Dong Dong, but yeah, for Planet Zoo Valhalla and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Um, yeah, it was. I'm just going to like this is another way to do this, but it doesn't look good. So can I do? So then we can have like a village or a river going from here, surrounding, and maybe going into a lake here. So then we have like a small area here, and then we can figure out later what to do with the rest of Valhalla. Also, there's a map with water on, but it's in the career mode and it's very tiny. I haven't touched career mode, Kane, at all. Like franchise mode, also not. I mean, you can see that because the renovation of your. Oh shit! I'm going. Well, no, actually, this is the right height. I would say the right height of the thing that I want. So then we have this. We have two rivers going and meeting at the center of the map. Yeah, I think I'm liking this idea so far. Need to extend this mountain range a little bit. I'm making it too high again because botting is otherwise going to be a huge issue. Tell me how you create this. It's also my favorite building. I have no idea how I create everything. Like, I have a little bit of like experience with architecture, but most of the time it's just like, let's throw things at the wall and see what sticks. And then of course like the Minecraft way of building does help a little bit. Because, well, actually lately like most of the inspiration has come from Minecraft. Also, yes, see that this time it actually worked. This time I'm also live on Twitch, or at least should be. I mean, Kane is there, so. Also, Kane, how is She-Dog doing? Built a building called Valhalla. Why in Roman and Greek style? Like, is there. Maybe I just don't know too much Greek. Well, myths and such, but from what I know, there's nothing in Greek mythology that's like called Valhalla or Valhalla. And Zeta, my Twitch username is, well, Poisonblade YT. So it's literally just the name of the channel and then YT behind it because, yeah, I wasn't fast enough to get the actual just Poisonblade. There's someone else named Poisonblade on Twitch. So I had to go for Poisonblade YT. Because I am sometimes a little bit too slow with these things. So now we have a little bit of like a river landscape. Hey Ruben, and yes, you have made it. We haven't been doing much, well, if this isn't much, but basically the idea is to have a village here, or no, a village probably lower, because the higher it goes, the more cold it becomes. Yeah, there's a lot of landscaping. The sky layer. Well, basically, ground layer is this. I am not going to probably build a lot of like caves, but ground layer, upper layer. Fuck, that's loud. I like in Streamlabs, I have that set off so that I don't hear it. I can see it, but I don't hear it. Yes, that's still so loud. Why is the shape of the mountain so jagged? Because the fastest way to make mountains is, for me at least, to flatten to foundation, which does create very jagged mountains. But then afterwards you can smooth it out, which is probably what I'm going to do. So creating another area here, which should be a little bit lower. Yes, that's going well so far. Then we have another area here. Yes, now I have something. Valhalla, Greek mythology, the boat. I thought that was like the fields of Elysium. Might be wrong here, but I really thought that was like the fields of Elysium. That was supposed to be like the Land of the Blessed Dead. Although there's so many layers to like most types of afterlife in every culture that it's very easy to get things mixed up. And then also you have like Hades, who is the god of death, but then Hades itself is also a thing. There are a lot of people on Twitch named Poisonblade. Well, Poisonblade isn't actually a very uncommon name also on YouTube. I have no idea how I actually was able to get just a normal Poisonblade on YouTube. Because there are a lot of Poisonblades there. Although I don't think in on YouTube you really have to have like a different name. You can have the same name as somebody else. So, having a little bit extended here, having some cliffs here would be nice. So, I think I will start with the village, which is either going to go here or here. One of those two. Oh, wrong button. But yeah, this is literally how most... Isn't Greek afterlife the Hades? Yes, the Hades is a thing, but Hades himself is also a thing. Like, Hades is not really the personification of it, but it's like it's a person, but also a place, which makes it just weird sometimes because it's sometimes just hard to figure out. But only one can have the URL. Yeah. Wait, then. Oh, then I'm lucky because the URL for Poisonblades, I do have that. I I think that was like one of the first like achievements on YouTube that I actually really celebrated, like getting the URL. Like not really getting to like 1,000 subscribers or anything, just getting the URL. Like that was such a big thing for me. Welcome to the popular people in chat. Kane. Also, you. Oh wait, you did answer it. You just. For me, the Twitch chat is sadly behind my microphone. She-Dog is doing well. She's just running in and out, barking at things. Is he barking at squirrels again? I hope so. Then Bob the squirrel is at least doing something useful. Valkyrie Palace. Yeah, I think like the more like fantasy slash mythical things I will probably build when the full map is done, just so that I then know like where to place everything. But all the like realistic things which can easily be moved, I will probably build earlier on. So that's why we are starting off with some more realistic builds. Well, realistic, I'm building a Viking zoo. That's too low. That's too low. That looks nice. Just getting... Oh, that's not the right height. The 3 point. And from there on it just flows into the valley. Again, like flattened to foundation is just for me, really the fastest way to build some terrain. Then take the sharp edges away, because that's the only thing that flattened to foundation does. It gives you very sharp edges, so it's actually very useful if you want to build like cliffs and such, because, well, you get this. So let's do that. I don't know what she's barking at most of the time. Squirrels. That, I mean, Bob is keeping tabs on your place gain. Bob the idiot squirrel. So. So. We should have squirrels in Plant Zoo. Yes, we do need them. Like, maybe like a deco, or not deco, how do you call those things? Not like you should build a habitat for them, but like if you build like an area, they just start to slowly appear. If you have like more mountains, make it look more mysterious. Well, depends. Yeah, we miss a lot of animals in Plant Zoo. I really like, especially for Valhalla, I want beavers. Like a massive beaver dam, that would be fun. Oh yeah, you two are the only ones on Twitch. But again, I forgot to actually post anything on Twitter or any kind of social media of being live on Twitter. Well, besides the Discord. Or the lady signer Discord, I think I posted on. Yeah. So, digging away a bit, because mountains are never like this. There's always like things where like rain drains away and slowly chips away at the rocks. So then you will get like areas like that where there's just in a dense. Ooh, raccoons. Just makes me think of yeah, if you ask the lady designer about raccoons, she will love it. Especially if you mention Rotterdam Zoo with it. So, then such a thing. I think I should start building, but I'm just really feeling it to just do a lot of terraforming. Also, now that habitat looks tiny. But this is the only thing with like Viking architecture. There's not a lot of like real city things. Or at least what we think of when we think of medieval city or something. Like most things were like one story. But that's kind of understandable because like the government system between like Vikings and medieval monarchs or feudal monarchs were so different. It's paradise for architects, yes. The only thing is that you have a very limited space sometimes, or at least some would consider it a limited space. So, then let's see how the water. That's maybe too high. Maybe. Let's see if lower. Yeah, I think lower works a little bit better. It's still a very big river though. And it doesn't really smooth out the way I want to here. So, up, up, up. Yeah, that's kind of also the idea that I want to have, like that fjord. I actually, I'm planning to probably like build glaciers because why not? So, like that smooths out nicely. Now to do the rest. Still very loud. How the... Again, I don't see most of it because I have a YouTube chat open, I have the Twitch chat open, and I can't see both of them. Much better here. How bad is YouTube when it comes to streaming, actually? Like, I know that there's like a huge delay in the stream, actually. Because, well... I would love to pet a skunk for some reason. Like, and probably shouldn't do that because skunk, but... So... Yeah, this looks a little bit smooth, more smooth out. Probably need to change this a little bit so that's not all stopping at the same point. One of us, one of us. Kane, are you setting up a cult over on Twitch? Oh wait, no, it's Sita. Sita, are you setting up a cult on Twitch? It's almost 50 minutes and I have just done terrain. But it's fun. Like, terrain is the well, biggest way to create like a world. So Kane is the leader of our people. So it is Kane who is setting up a cult. The cult of She-Dog. I would join. The only thing is She-Dog doesn't like belly rubs. That looks like a good mountain. Why is this obstructed? Is this obstructed? It's calculating. Oh. That's why it's more obstructed. Maybe we should build Atlantis. I forgot to think about the height. Alright, so let's make sure that I don't go into extreme modes. So really need to even this out a little bit because this is what's supposed to be a little bit more eroded. Luckily now I've decided here of the water to still not the right. So yeah, calculating water, well, for Isla Pacifica it took a long time because that's supposed to be an island. But for this it doesn't take that long. I just have the potential that I flood the entire zoo with it. Let's do this a little bit, that's smaller here. That looks better. Because it should start out as like a small creek. Actually a lot smaller. Even this out. Right, height. Still need to make this all a little bit smaller. Because only I'd like to... When all these places connect, that's the place where the river should get a lot more bigger. All hail the founder of the cult of the best people. No, it's the cult of She-Dog. Yeah, that's the one unfortunate side effect, that animals don't like it if you touch the water. Alright, so this should be a lot tinier. This should be smoother, but... I think I'm going to flood the zoo again. Yes, I believe I did. Yep. Unfortunate side effect of building with water. You constantly flood your zoo. Now it makes sense, like the river gets a lot bigger because all of these small streams are going to feed into it. Although I need to make them actual small streams then. So doing this. And actually just going like this. Taking away sometimes. And water. That's too low. That's too high. That should be the right height. No, it isn't. So. In my opinion, works a lot better. Still need to make this smaller though. You could also put a glass barrier at the point and use that to have separate water ponds. Yeah, I actually used that in... Yeah, in Isla Pacifica I used that technique, and in Canal Shar at some points I've used that technique. It's a little bit annoying of a technique though, because you really... the barrier isn't the most flexible, I would say. So, have I flooded the zoo again? Nope. Stream looks a lot better though. But now I should probably get into building. So actually, come to think of it, if I drag this up a little bit, but yeah, Valhalla will probably not have that many colorful buildings. You will have a lot of a bigger chance to get colorful buildings in Kian al-Bashar, because, well, Kian al-Bashar, well, the building style just allows for a lot more color diversity. Valhalla is probably going to be a little bit one-tone. So getting a little bit of that elevation, but not too much, so that I can still build on a flat area, because that's the easiest. And then up. So. Alright. We have a lot of potential here. But I'm going to very soon start building, even though it's almost an hour in. Squeaky chair. so, because again, water is going to drain from here. So there needs to be a little bit for that. Also need to smooth this out. Have I flooded the zoo again? Nope. Like, that's now a constant checkup I need to do. Have I flooded the entire zoo? But this looks like a realistic river. Like, it goes a lot bigger when like when the three streams combine. But now I should start building. So I need to also get up my references. Well, references. I literally just need to look if I'm doing things correctly. That's a baker. I don't need a baker. Where is it? The lawman's house. What the frick is that? Alright, I think I just need to... Found what I wanted. I can't really pronounce your name because it's not in a script that I am familiar with, or at least that I can understand, but hey. And now I should start building. So... Also, game, just a quick heads up, your renovation actually was a little bit more expensive than I thought. Hey, yo, Scooby Slippers. I love that name. For a few minutes, guys, village or have that now building a mountain and a river. Yeah. I mean, what I'm building right now can be used in both. But it's a tiny building. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, otherwise it will just not be seen at all. Need to get it out of there a little bit. Needs to be a little bit higher, I think. That's not the right wall. Because this is not a building meant for the rich. So... Although I did make it actually bigger than the original. That's 4 meters. Goodbye, Slug. I hope you're having a nice rest of the evening. Oh. Oops. Chris, I didn't meant to kill him. He just died because I forgot to turn off the aging thing. It just happened. It was just like I was peacefully building and then I got the notification Aslan died. And then it was just like, oh, well, that happened. So I need to turn these on. So these need to be a lot higher on this side. Now to move it to the other side. I think this is, well, it's actually straight on, so yeah, works. Again, didn't mean to kill him. But if I'm right, Chris, how is your cat doing? Because again, if I remember correct, you had a interesting usage for your cats. So, oh wait, it isn't. Need to redo this. Alright, so first off, that. And then, because this needs to first be correct. No, you're the cult of She-Dog. Don't put me in this position, Zira. You're the cult of She-Dog. So, then do this on the other side, like that. Make a connection piece. And then do we have something to use? Alright, so that's I wish we could have had this painted in some way. But then again, this isn't meant to be made for wealthy people. In fact, the complete opposite. Like, this building is not meant to actually be inhabited year round. So I have a slight feeling though that this is going to be a lot easier to build than Kian al-Bashar. Because this is literally a tent, in a way. It's more of like a solid tent. Whose cat was it then? Was it Slog's cat? It was one of you two. Slog. Sadly is gone, but one person's cat was used as toilet paper. Then some tiny little windows to the sides because, well, we need some windows in there. Then this building should go down until you only see this. Maybe place it that way. That door should be down a lot more. So. So, no, a little bit higher. Not that high. That's. So. The windows are a little bit low on this side, but I mean the rest of the building, like, again, this is why I would say Viking buildings can be quite easy, because this is literally just a building. Snacks. I don't have any snacks. I also don't have any water, so if halfway through I lose my voice, then that's the reason why. I don't have any water near me. What can I use as plants on top of this? Well, first of all, I need to put these things off. Well, maybe not that one. Or that one. Actually, it's just this. But yeah, this is basically a building that's like used in summertime, but when winter comes, you go to a more, well, durable home, or at least a warmer place, because this is going to get freezy. So that's enough of those. Yeah, but I don't like mossy rocks. Like, I might be the only one who really doesn't like them. They just look a little bit like slimy. I don't know why. Like, I could use them, but I don't like them for some reason. Although they would probably be the best way to make this work. So let's see. Maybe over time I will like grow to like them. And otherwise I can really easily remove them. Second Venice. Maybe. Yeah, that works a lot better. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, because this is also like some tints of dirt on it, while the other one is really green. Nothing wrong with a slimy roof. Depends on how you look at it. So, getting a smaller one for this. So, but actually, like, the idea for the habitat that I had was, well, let's just say PETA is not going to like it, but it is a necessity in these areas, or at least during that time. For kids sliding off, how is it fun? Well, considering that this is a house that's not really meant to be stayed in year round, it's probably not going to be the, well, most solid of roofs, so you will probably go through the roof if you try to slide off it. Also, I need to quickly the 3Ds. I could also have some like grasslands or something like that in here, but don't think that's going to really work. Also, I never really put trees on like a line to surface. It's always just a little bit off. Do we have anything that might resemble grass a little bit more? Nope, not those. Wait, these have these have berries. Took me so long to figure it out, but they have berries. Maybe some flowers on them? Nah. I probably need to look at like all the other areas that I've built so far. Hawthorn bush is too white. Too pale. And so soil, because there needs to be some ground here. And yes, I could. Tons of bushes have berries. Yeah, but I never really look at them that close. Like, I thought that these were just tiny flowers. Which I really like using these bracken because I can't use these actually in Cairn al-Bashar. And using just an ash tree for some shrubbery. I do have the blossom trees though. Where is the one pine tree that I started using? Not the Himalayan one. Oh, we also have these. Flowers. Wait. Going quickly over to the other habitat. What flowers do I have here? The roses, there's pink ones, more pink ones. I haven't used these. Alright. Chips. Chips. I should probably start recording now because I'm actually building. Yep. Alright, so we need a smaller one of these. Actually, a couple of smaller ones. With a... Actually... I don't align them correctly because why not? So... 4-meter thatched roof. And then using these ones, kind of make it look like something is holding them back. And just spinning them around. Then, because, well, there's the issue that there are 2 layers of this thing. Again, Not a building that's meant to be stayed in year round. Oh wait. First need to actually have some of this. I mean, it would be amazing to get all the soils for every biome. I, they did that in Planet Coaster, or at least you could make it so. So I have no idea why they didn't do that like right from the start with Planet Zoo as well. But then there are actually quite some things that I thought would be in Planet Zoo right from the start, but weren't. So so that. I'm now making just a load of temporary buildings. Not meant to be stayed in the whole year, but still solid enough in a way. Maybe I can now actually... I've never used this one. Nah, that doesn't look good. It's also getting dark here, so one moment. So, I have to make sure that that's a little bit shorter. Then a door again, very high because it needs to be. Like the door needs to literally sit up there. Because most of this building, actually I don't need this I think. But most of this building will again be sunk into the ground. Like halfway up. Then this feels very much like I'm building hobbit homes, but I'm not. Like these are actual buildings. So just so that it looks a little bit more dug in, because otherwise it just looks like nothing. So where are the crabs and custom billboards? Yeah, custom billboards would be amazing. I have literally no idea why we still don't have those actually. Because we do have billboards, or at least something that is well, we have billboards. They are not really the same, but we have something like that. But like for, let's say, for Valhalla, for Kayan al it would be nice to have like paintings or like tapestries to hang up. And I know that Frontier won't be able to make those kinds of things, but you could really easily just use a billboard for such things. Then you had 90% of it on the ground. Oh, well, only here. And I mean, well, most of the time in Valhalla I still have 60 frames, but then I also almost don't have anything in Valhalla. So, so just making the terrain work, because that's the most annoying thing sometimes, because now it doesn't work because there's something in the way. So this was supposed to become something. I have no idea what it is going to become. I mean, is this too huge for a bridge to span over? Probably. Where are those trees? Ah, there he is. Like, I know that these I think are American, but I just can't see a Viking village without like these kinds of trees. Like, I need them. Maybe that's also like Hollywood's influence, but I need those trees. Yeah, Planet Zoo has a lot of pieces that I would want to see back. And again, I have no idea why we aren't getting them. Stop recording because I haven't done anything useful so far. Village is going to go here. These are just some small little things. Forest here. I'm just going to create a building and I will see how it turns out. I quickly need to look up the reference and then we can get going. Alright. Streamlabs needed. This one will have these kinds of walls. Making it a bit longer because this one is supposed to stay. Then a roof. This just looks way too high. Like, compared to all the other buildings, this just looks way too large. Let's look, just a quick test if this is going to be too high. I don't know if I can show the reference. I can say it's the Fotovikens Museum. I'm just going to... that's... So... that should be it. Now I need to make sure that I can see the chat again. Like... it looks too high. How am I going to do this? I can use some dirt. Now I do need to start again, but use some of the white. Using some beams. Sinking them into the building because this is what holds up the second story. Or at least should hold up the second story. That's the fun thing with these buildings. You can sometimes really easily see where what is because of beams. I think I need to sink these a little bit lower. And I think for this is enough. So. It used to have music. Why isn't it picking it up anymore? Because I still hear it. Let's see. Is it just too little? I'm just going to, well, need to stop recording again. Audio. This is going to be very loud. You guys should have music again. Also, this is probably the highest the buildings are going to get. Because Vikings didn't really have large buildings. Getting that straw off because I don't like it. No watchtowers. Well, yes, but not like homes. Like homes were usually pretty tiny, actually. Nope. Do we have anything that I want to use for this? Slates can be used. Let's see. Why is there a 5-meter option? This is. These ones should go further into the building. Maybe a little bit like that so that it sticks out. Then that. 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 This is one of the few times I can use this piece. So I am going to use it. So then looking for the middle of this building, which is here. So sinking it in. So. But you guys can hear the music again, right? Because I can see that it's, well, potentially there. But with YouTube lately, I have no idea if it's actually working correctly. So I actually have this one. So this is literally just my own imagination, but it kind of makes sense. So it's sticking out a little bit. Thank you, Rosa. But it's literally still not much. Not that one. I want to have like non-climbable versions of these sticks, but don't think we're going to get them. So I will cherish that I have them here and that I'm not building anything for a climber. Curious if you guys have any idea what I'm building. Probably not, but I can be curious. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. I need to have a little bit of an overhang, I think. We don't have those overhang pieces for the... Or... Wait. Alright, that's strange. Why do we have like these overhang pieces, but not in like the place where all of the others are? How late is it? Oh, I also am probably going to stop in, well, let's just say I don't know actually when I'm going to stop, because I am really in a building mood right now. You're building a building to use as a building. Yeah. So now that I have a little bit of that this overhang here, I literally thought that like none of them were properly aligned, but no, it's just a straw. Let's see, did I hide that thing? So. Then I need to find all the Arctic pieces. We don't have anything larger than this one. I mean, we have these, but I don't even know what to do with these. Well, I have an idea. Ooh. Then this. Yeah. Or without. With. Yeah, again, you are correct. But it's also like the broadest thing. But then I also didn't say that you should be specific, so. Shop centerpieces. Don't know if I'm ever going to be able to use that one. Like, there's so many pieces that are for Christmas. I have no idea why they are in the Arctic pack, and I was actually very disappointed when I saw them in the Arctic pack because, well, they shouldn't be here. They, like, Christmas pieces I just think should be like a free thing to get. I still stand by that. Christmas pieces should be a free thing. Yeah, probably. I mean, I would have gotten the pack simple for these wooden pieces. But then I am also a, what you call, builder. Animals are really... They just feel like they forget that it's planet Zeus lately. I kind of understand, of course, where Frontier is coming from, because, well, look at, let's say, well, I wanted to say Minecraft, but that might not be the best example, but a lot of the big number drawers are the creators who most likely will do most with building pieces and not so much with animals. But yeah, if you're in Planet Zoo for the animals, then you're in for a wild thing. So then it's not completely uniform throughout the entire thing. Again, Minecraft way of building. Just add a bunch load of pillars. And then add 2 doors on either side. I've no idea if that was actually how it was done, but then small windows because you don't want to get near the gold. So Yeah. Although I get the like appeal for like animals because personally I was never really a fan of like building coasters. But yeah, it's a little bit like, let's just say after Can Bashar is done, I don't know if I will stick around for Planet Zoo. But then Can Bashar is probably half a year still. So, should we have two doors or just one? Because this is a private building. So it should probably have one building or one door. Maybe let me try this one out. Again, Peter is not going to like this building, but it is a realistic building, especially for the place. Arctic. Why is this an educational Supedia frame? Planet Zoo, please explain why is this educational for some reason? Go a little bit further that way. Then, like wait, I can just do that. Lucky thing here is I can use as much wood as I want because, well, it's a Norwegian or Scandinavian one, and Norway has a lot of trees. Like a Kayan Albashar, I have to be a little bit while thinking about how many wooden things I place. And here I don't. So here I'm going to go all out on wood. Yeah, that's correct though, Kane. I do think that Planet Zoo will have a, let's just say, shorter lifespan than Planet Coaster. Again, I mean, I just said like after Can Al Bashar, I don't know how long I will actually stick around for Planet Zoo. Because after, like, yes, Can Al Bashar, luckily I started it early enough that it was like the first floating zoo. But then after Can Al Bashar, well, you don't have to build a floating zoo anymore because people will have built other styles of zoos and then other people will have built floating zoos. So, yeah, there's just a very finite amount of things that you can do with Planet Zoo. Also, yes, I'm. What was I about to say? Don't know. What kind? Hot dog, Mexcellente, Missy Goods. I think Chief Beef is the way to go. It is fitted in. Yeah, but that education board. Yeah, another thing that's the creepiest thing ever. So wait. Oh yeah, those beams aren't. Let's. No. Alright. Then, next thing that I need. I can actually attach it to this building. This one doesn't need to be fancy with pillars and such though. And that's... need to... Alright, so then I just need this. And then turn this around. Oh, I'm not... Hey, yo, Christian. Well, or Christian. I don't know if I pronounced it right one of those two times, but... Well, then you should be happy with Valhalla, because it's going to be a little bit more realistic. Hey, Ruben. So... Well, actually, I'm going to disconnect it from the main building. Boop. Did I literally just say poop out loud? Streams are getting to me. Need to look up again. Don't know what I just deleted, but I didn't delete the thing. What is your favorite building piece in the game? Probably the... Huh. Now that I think about it, it's like, what was it? Think the like Arctic pillars or beams because they're really easy to use. Have a great night, Rosa. Sleep well. And I will probably be alive again tomorrow, so... Well, also because I didn't finish this build. That wasn't my intention. Go dead. Nope. Yeah, it's getting later. So then just strong those till they do that. I would need a bow and arrow or something like that for this building to actually work though. Because as it stands right now, it's not very clear what this building actually is. The only thing I can say is that Peter isn't liking it. The animals that are going to be near this habitat also aren't going to like it, but that's not that interesting. So I'm excited about this new project Valhalla. Me too, because it's going to be a once a week thing. But I'm really happy that I started it. Like, I'm happy that I don't build constantly in Kian al-Bashar. Because even though I like Kian al-Bashar a lot, of course, building it 24/7 is going to, well, train everyone, not just me. So this works. Don't need that, but I do need these. So I think nobody has any idea what kind of building this is. Can I use these ones? No. Oh, great. Is this at an angle or something? Why isn't it? Oh. So. And so. So. They just have like a piece of cloth hanging instead of like a actual door. And I would probably need this one instead. Actually. Then do that at a little bit of an angle. This is probably going to be a quite a warm place actually. Now I need to build something that actually indicates what this is. Can I build it though, is the question. I need round pieces. Hey, pillowy axis. I'm going to try. This might turn out horrible, but it's a trial. Alright, let's... That's too large. That can work. Actually, I can do this a lot easier. That's too large. That's... I think still too large. What's the tiniest ball we have? We don't have tiny balls. Too large, too large. Can work. Yeah, but that gives light. I'm going to look something up because it's not working right now. Dear. That's not going to be pretty, but uh, it's going to be difficult to make this work. I can already see that a lot of stuff is going to be cut out. Well, I can do this. I mean, this is a pretty easy one, I think. Uh, so do we have some rope? I never know in which category rope is actually, and I will probably never find it out either. First no big balconies, now you want tiny balls. I don't even know who you are anymore. If I explain it, I give away what I'm trying to build. But I can't seem to make it work what I want to build. Alright, let's see if... And then... if anybody knows by just seeing this what I try to build, then you're a godsend. Wait. Something is happening. Something is happening. No. 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 Maybe this one? I mean, I don't think we can get any better. So that... Well, you're right with the lag. It's just what kind of lag. And again, yeah, Pira doesn't like... Well, Pira will not like it. Also, my search history is going to be strange. And I've literally no idea how to really build this well. Because I have never had to build this before. I mean, I can also just do that. Alright, so it's... that. Do we have anything that can resemble bones? This is probably the weirdest thing to ask for Planet Zoo, but I want something that looks like a bone. I don't think we've actually... Wait. 1 second. Can I use a stick? No, that doesn't look like a bone. I need a bone. Is there anything that looks like a bone? Not really, I think. Wait, if we have these... I found a bone. Something that's too large. Light switches? What are you guys up to? Yeah, light switches work for everything. So, found something that might work as a bone. Also looks still like a little bit of like a giant something. Oh wait. Yeah, Christian, you got it right. I just couldn't get the leg to work. So now it's just a thing. Dragon skull. Nope. But this is the reason why Peta is not going to like this, because I'm building a hunter's lodge. And still I will never be able to find a rope. I always have to type them in. How late is it actually? Alright. I'm probably going to stop in like 10 minutes. Because I do like to get some sleep. And we still have tomorrow as well. And I built one... Don't know even what to call it. I think in Dutch it's a rollade. Or at least my attempt at one. And a deer leg. Just hanging out there. And then, well, the easiest thing to actually make, I think. If I cancel the rope. With a dead hanging shark from the wall. A lot of people will probably be quite happy with any kind of animal in the water. Can anybody say to Frontier that I literally butchered one of their animals for a build? So we have some meat hanging. Then I'm quickly going into my blueprints, because I can still use a lot of these stuff. Like, a lot of this is just empty boxes. So I probably need to just get some of these. Where's the smaller box? There it is. But Keen, or Keen. I want to say Kane and Zira in one word, but how are you guys holding up on the Twitch chat? So this is probably the last thing I'm going to do. Make the bones more yellow. Can we actually color those things? Yes! Wait, are they... Bit more yellowish, bit more like... No, that's too yellow, that's... I still have some Osaru builds, which... Actually, I'm going to stop recording now. I just want to see if some of those Osaru builds are still as messed up as I thought they were. This one... Nope. There's a hole in the roof. That's the thing with like the beta builds. Most of them have like... I don't know what happened, but I think some assets changed. So some of those Osaru buildings don't work at all anymore. I mean, you can see it here. Like, a lot of those assets just changed. Because I think that this is supposed to be here. But yeah, so many of those assets changed, it seemed. Which kind of fucks over any build that I did have. And then, because this building is somewhat finished, I would say, just placing it here, making it go on top of the land, of course, digging it out a little bit. So Good to hear, Kane. Where's Sida actually? Like, is he still alive? Zeta, are you still there? Yes, I know. Also, I'm going back into, well, doing some terrain work, but I want this area to be a little bit more interesting. Also, one of the peeps is now floating, but I don't care too much about that. So, that height. Then make this side also that height. Then smooth this out. Make this smaller, doing this. So for those who haven't got on yet, this is literally the smokehouse. So any meat that was, well, found or got or hunted down would be brought there to be smoked so that it could stay. And then doing a little bit of this. Obstructed. Why is it all still obstructed? Is it all because of that floating guy? Like, this is supposed to be high enough. Why the frick are you constantly obstructed? Do I need to make this lower? So on the left side it's a hole. Actually, can I raise it now again a bit? Alright, so needs to be this side, so I just take it down over there a little bit, remove the water, and do this. And then I have a very small stream. Used to be a tiny bit. Alright, so this is the height that isn't sunken in. So now I can make it really small. So, don't know why you can't change that from this thing, but that has to do it, I think. Then make this a little bit. And now I have a tiny stream. Though it would make sense that they would catch a little bit of the water. Hey yo, Anthony, Ed Mopship. You guys are kind of arriving late. Or at least I probably... It's... Maybe I'm going to give it another 30 minutes. Because I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so I can just sleep until 12. Yeah, I kinda saw that coming, Kate, because again, I haven't posted anything besides, well, that I was live or on YouTube, which is probably very last minute to do. I can't go over the stream. Nah. Then temperate rocks, because if I don't click it like that, then I will put the wrong rocks in. Now to see if I can make these somewhat disappear. Where's the... So I'm not going to do this stream going really downhill, but this is it's going to be I think it's when it comes to like the engine, I actually when I first opened Plan 2 I almost didn't notice, besides the lighting of course and most of the plants, I didn't really actually notice that much of a difference. Like for me, Planet Zoo and Plant Coaster are very identical. So doing some... Now it makes sense that the smokehouse is here because there's obviously fire or something with heat going on there. So if it catches a blaze, they can really easily put it out because the stream is like right next to it. Don't need that many rocks. I also... This is just a thing that I do, but I almost never really rotate my rocks. Now I do it because now I'm cautious of it. Just making the water look more realistic. They could do that. But I don't deal with too much water. I mean, well, that's not really true. almost constantly this stream flooded my zoo. Alright, see you back in 5 minutes, Kane. But I mean, I think that is probably what they are going to do with like Planet Coaster 2, which I do have the sneaking suspicion that they are already either in the planning stage for or already working on. Just from like a business perspective. It's probably that they're already working on it. I need to sit up straight a little bit and just that's well frick one thing that I tend to do while I'm building. I just kind of slack off and begin to like, let's just say, sit in a not as good of a position. I mean, I can do this. That's... Yeah, I only really rotate it if it's really necessary. And this zoo... This is going to be the reindeer habitat. That's why there's a hunter's lodge. I also know that I sat up straight, but I also went back a little bit in my chair, so... Should scoot forward a little bit. Dip, 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 dip. So actually, I want to get that hut over here as well. Because with a hunter's lodge, there are going to be people who are needed in the summer, but then don't stay longer than that. Let's make this one a... This is not... This is a dynamic one. Don't want a dynamic. But it's probably going to be, first of all, pretty much, let's just say, Scandinavian inspired animals. So a lot of wolves, bears and such. And then of course the Arctic animals, besides the polar bear. I can actually also do like a lot of American animals because, well, the Vikings did discover America, even though they didn't really know what they discovered, but they did find it. I am from the Netherlands. There are actually quite a few creators who are from the Netherlands. Like from the big three, as I call the lady designer, Silverette and Rudy, two of them already are Dutch. So... And now to cover this in plants. With the 3 T's again. Also want to put one of these in there. What's the smallest one we have? Then temperate again. So the reindeers are going to be around here, and this is basically the hub for the guests to stay. Yeah, but the polar bear needs such a huge habitat. So, some tree stumps. Actually, I only have these white birch trees. So this is basically the yard. And there should be a path going up. So some flowers. Also, of course, since this some hay, well, even though this is not an animal shelter, I use the hay as decoration as well. Forgot to put those back in their place. I missed a flank. Oops. So Poisonblade, some misty animals you're going to be using will be in was the only survive in cold weather, like moose, elk, reindeer, wolves, polar bears and such. I'm probably not going to use only animals that would survive in cold weather because yes, that's not going to have a lot of animals. Why is the building needs to be lowered because it doesn't stand on the actual ground. terrain, sand, clearing out all. Alec, maybe a bit more. Moose, I have never heard of a moose in the Netherlands. There might be some in like Scandinavia, such as what you said, Finland, Denmark, or Sweden, but I don't know, so don't take my word as fact, because I mainly build because I want to make things look good, not because I actually really think about what animals I'm using. So, I mean, this is kind of shaping out to be a nice place now. Although we do need some bit of like small farms as well here. Yeah, but then that is pretty easy to make. The only thing is like that the rain isn't like so. Where is it? I mean, I can use this as well. I want to use a larger one though. Hey, Poisonblade, so today's the Hey Gen, and so I found out the pet store where I live is selling baby now monitors. Trying to convince myself not to buy one. I think it's probably better that you don't buy one. Because animals should never be an impulse buy. That's true, Christian, and well, the Vikings did almost go everywhere. Almost everywhere. I mean, that's why I can use American animals. It's like I think the only ones that I can't use are like tropical animals. And maybe Asian, but I'm not going to contain myself by saying I can't use any Asian animals. Road flying horses. And zebras are the closest thing, yep. Also, Nile monitors will fuck you up pretty good if you don't know how to care for them. Probably as well, so Jen, don't buy Nile monitors just because the store has them. So, some root vegetables, because of course, this lodge isn't going to completely survive solely on, well, what they hunt. There needs to be also something that is a little bit harvested. So that would mean like some root vegetables and such. How does it actually? Cool. It's a lot brighter when you put it upside down. And I have snakes already, but they make horrible, huge and aggressive. Are you still talking about these now monitor gen, or are you talking about another animal again? Or, well, are you talking about the snakes? Don't know what plant this could be, but there's so many root vegetables. That this could literally be anything. I really need to look at the time because I already extended the stream by, well, half an hour. Actually, in a way, an hour, because I had only actually planned to stream until 10. I don't like these ones. Or as I call them, danger noodles. Does anyone have any idea what this could be? I mean, I just place it because I think it looks good. But I should probably think about like what it actually could be. Maybe something round that looks like cabbage or something. Probably hard to find something that looks like that hut could be worth looking into. Maybe. So, but I need to make probably like a sort of tower. Like a lookout tower so that I can see where the deer are. I really want to make something that looks like they're skinning a deer or something. But of course, Plant Zoo doesn't want you to build something like that. Because it's about animal conservation, not about killing animals. Barley plants. Could be. I think they have barley almost everywhere in Europe. Now to make a small fence, because, well, they would probably also have like maybe like a pig or something running around, and you don't want to get a dead one in there. You're not going to make a fancy, well, fence for something like that. I don't know if Valhalla will have a port because it has mountains all the way around. Maybe like a small fishing or fishing thing, but not like a huge port. So and then then turning it around. And then placing it like that. So. But yeah, in around 5 minutes I will be closing the stream. Because I still need to get some sleep. Even though I don't have that much to do tomorrow. Still would want some sleep. Yes, Jen, I will be streaming again tomorrow. Same time, hopefully same place if everything goes right. Which I think means that I just jinxed myself, but we will see. Come on, sleeping is overrated. I beg to differ. I really like my sleep. Especially now that I don't look at my phone constantly before sleeping, which means that I don't sleep. Yeah, I used to do that a week ago, just be on my phone constantly while laying in bed and forgetting that, well, sleep has to happen. Sleep is good, sleep is life. See, Kane gets it. We should all get some more sleep. But Kristen, I don't know which one of those two pronunciations, if any of those are correct, but I again will be streaming tomorrow, so then we will probably finish off this build. So Christian, alright, or Christian. I'm going to spare everyone from me trying to pronounce Dutch. I literally only use it to pass time so I could get unlimited sleep. Wouldn't many of us do that? Just, I mean, it would be so great to just sleep for like, well, 12 hours, but then only a few minutes actually did go on. So everybody would just be well rested then. Discord mentions. I will do that. And I forgot. Well, I didn't record building this because this was a little bit more important. I want to just have a few more trees here, just so that I feel like I did more. Where are those trees? Oh wait, I'm just going to copy them because again, from the pictures that I saw, Norway doesn't, or at least, well, Norway, but just the area that I'm using as a reference doesn't have that many pine trees, but I want pine trees. So I'm getting pine trees. And I probably should get some water tomorrow because My throat feels like a desert right now. And then bramble, no. Like tomorrow I'm going to get a water bottle. Just getting some flowers as well. You know, just to liven up the place. I had a very high squeaky tone in my ears just now, so I think that's just, well, I don't know what it was actually. But I think it's a sign that I should stop. I do feel like I got something done today though. Well, I got a lot done because all of the terraforming. But I got a small hunter's block done. So I'm going to end the stream. So, borrowing red pandas. So, I'm going to close the game now, so I can't play any further. I still have my recording software open though. But yeah, that's going to be it. Again, I will check my Discord mentions because, well, I have to now, but that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I don't know how much I'm going to stream tomorrow. Probably going to stick to like 8 to 10 this time. But that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I wish all of you a good night's sleep. Also, hey, Sira. You were gone for a little bit. But anyway, so see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully.